Welcome to Medal of Honor, above and beyond.
The invasion is tomorrow, and you won't let us land with our unit?
Your old unit, Sergeant. You three are no longer combat engineers. You are now invaluable OSS assets. Your orders for the invasion are to brief and advise, not participate.
Is that why we have this overgrown babysitter?
The MP is a request from General Donovan himself. He knows about your special relationship with orders you don't agree with.
Permission to speak freely, sir?
No.
I think he was gonna say this is complete bullshit.
Horse shit, actually, but close enough, Ollie.
Gentlemen.
That beach tomorrow will be a meat grinder, and you know it. Our unit is short-handed without us. They're going to get killed.
That's enough, Sergeant. You're dismissed.
I think we are dismissed, Sergeant. Hey, Ollie's walking again. Made a
The sergeant
good
is the
recovery.
bravest soldier I've ever known. You know he still carries German shrapnel from the Western Front in his back?
Is that why he does
Causes him
that?
pain every waking moment. But you'll never hear him complain. He does his best to hide it. But there's one thing, one simple truth he can't hide from.
Sir?
Ollie, there's one certain, absolute, unbreakable truth in this universe. And the sergeant knows it better than anyone. You ever wonder why someone with his experience doesn't carry a much higher rank?
Yes.
1936, the Spanish Civil War. The Nazis get involved in a big way, using it as a test run for their new planes and tanks. The United States stays neutral, of course, but the sergeant's son, his only son, is one of these idealistic young men that runs off and volunteers to fight. With little or no training, these boys are going up against a fascist juggernaut. When he hears the news about his son volunteering, the sergeant asks permission to go after him. It's denied, so Sarge goes AWOL, hops on a tramp steamer to Spain, lands on the coast, and races to the front line. When he finally gets there, he learns his son was killed the day before in a Stuka attack.
I had no idea.
I'm the one who got him out of the stockade after his court-martial. As you might imagine, the sergeant was a very tough father. Never told his son that he loved him. And now, he lives every day with the fact that he never will. So as I said, the sergeant knows the truth better than anyone. It's a truth that transcends ideology and borders. And that truth is, war kills young men. Why don't you two go see Huxley? Dismissed.
Thank you, Colonel. Let's go, Ollie. That way. Quartermaster.
You're being sent to advise the 82nd Airborne on what you saw in France. But then, your orders are to come back here. I wish I could help you. I wish I could tell you that Colonel Ebbets is friends with the airbase commander. And that the deployment orders are waiting for you inside the tower. And I wish I could tell you I'll be waiting for you aboard ship in the channel with your own goodie bags.
Ooh. It'd be nice if you left a bag here so I could load it up with guns and take it out into the field. But what do I know? Oh, what the fuck? It's Normandy. Okay, where do I begin? First, I guess, vehicles. What's this? Huxley?
Huxley,
A Sherman.
what's the lieutenant looking at?
After you clear the beach for our armor to roll ashore, you'll no doubt run into Sherman tanks all over the French countryside.
Huxley, what is
Tiger.
the lieutenant looking at?
This is a Tiger tank. One of the most lethal and dangerous weapons in the German arsenal. If you stumble onto one, my advice is find a place to hide. Get on the radio and call in some P-51 tank busters.
P-50 busters. What's that?
Huxley, what's the lieutenant holding?
Gustav!
With the chaos of the invasion, You'll probably be in France for a couple of days before the Colonel finds a way to pull you back to Whitehall. During that time, you may come across one of these giant railway guns. The Germans love their grossly oversized artillery. And this gun, codenamed Goethe, is no exception.
Goethe. Gustav's cousin. Surely. Is this a rib or something?
Huxley?
A
What's
raft
the lieutenant
with
holding?
explosives.
This is the raft you and your team will pull ashore on Omaha Beach. It's carrying everything you need. Just make sure it doesn't get hit by enemy fire. This is a model of Dog Red Sector, where your unit is landing tomorrow morning as a part of the first wave. Your objective is to clear the beach of all these obstacles, clearing a path for Allied tanks to roll ashore. I've read the casualty forecasts. I'm sure you know. It's going to be terrible.
Huxley, what is the lieutenant holding?
Special
You'll need a
grenades.
diversion to get away from your minder, MP Grillo. Might I suggest using a training grenade? The MP is colorblind. I'm not even sure he knows he has red hair.
Oh, right. Landing craft.
Huxley, what is the lieutenant
Higgins
holding?
boat.
It's officially known as the LCVP, which stands for Landing Craft Vehicle Personnel. Every single one was built in New Orleans by Andrew Higgins and his Higgins Industries. So everybody just calls it a Higgins boat. I've overheard General Eisenhower refer to it as one of the keys to winning the war. We couldn't invade France without them.
So this-
Huxley, what is the lieutenant looking at?
The C-47. Another one of the crucial weapons in our invasion arsenal. These C-47s are going to drop thousands of men behind enemy lines tonight. Then come back and tow thousands more across the channel in gliders. This afternoon, you, Sarge, and Ollie will brief the men flying on Lieutenant Jimmy Patterson's plane, a pilot who's worked with the OSS before. He'll make sure you get out of there in time to catch up with your old unit.
Was he in middle of on a front line? Sarge, what's this?
Huxley, what is that?
Lieutenant, here's a quick refresher on the work of a combat engineer. Follow the instructions on the board. First, place an explosive block on this heavy beach obstacle known as a hedgehog. Attach the fuse container to your chest, then pull a fuse from it. Stick the fuse into the explosive, then
Okay. Let's get used to the troops.
Huxley? Who's that?
Before you escape the clutches of MP Grillo, you'll brief the paratroopers of the 82nd Airborne. They're going to be dropping into the very places you were during your first mission.
Huxley, who is that?
You'll also see members of the 82nd who are going to Normandy inside gliders. I don't know what's worse, jumping out of a plane or crash landing in one. Either way, the success of the invasion is depending on them.
About this fella.
Huxley? Who's that?
In addition to your weapons and gear, I'll have these uniforms waiting for you in the channel.
Ah. Okay.
Huxley, who is that?
Tank commander.
This is an American tank commander's uniform. The person wearing it will be your best friend if you get yourself into a pickle.
Cool. Now these are the enemies.
Huxley?
Panzer.
Who's that?
American armor will be up against German panzers. Hopefully, they won't run into any Tiger tanks.
Huxley, who is that?
Once the invasion starts, The Nazis will throw everything they've got at Normandy, including the Waffen-SS. Watch out.
Regular troop.
Huxley,
Wehrmacht.
who's that?
These General Wehrmacht troops will put up a tough fight. They'll be on the defensive, but as you know, a wounded animal is often the most dangerous.
And,
Huxley, who is that?
These Panzer Grenadiers are highly trained and extraordinarily dangerous. Always approach with extreme caution. The Panzerschreck. It's the German equivalent to the American bazooka and works very much the same way. While its blast shield can protect you from enemy fire, it can obscure your view of the target. And that's why, when it comes to bazookas, I prefer American.
let's give the American bazooka a try.
The American M9A1 bazooka. Now, as they say, you're cooking with gas. Normally, this weapon takes 2 people to operate, but with some practice, you'll be able to use it all by yourself. While the bazooka is too big to holster, it packs quite a punch. Reload it from the rear after every shot.
Okay, leave action.
While lethal at any range, the M1903 sniper rifle is simply the best weapon for long-range combat. Hold it with both hands for perfect accuracy. As with all bolt-action rifles, the bolt has to be racked after every shot.
Oh. It pierces. That's cool. K98, Gewehr, M1, shotgun, MP40.
Sometimes you just need a shotgun and nothing else will do. At close range, this weapon has no peer. Perfect for clearing corridors and bunkers. The P38 semi-automatic. The choice of many German officers. Good to carry if you're ever in disguise. It has a slightly larger magazine than your 1911 pistol, but the trade-off is less accuracy at medium and long ranges. Ah, your trusty sidearm, the semi-automatic 1911 A1 pistol. Reliable and accurate. It's quite useful at mid to long ranges with both hands, and mid to short ranges with one hand. The magazine holds 7 bullets. Always keep it loaded.
Yep. Okay. I think it's time to do the live fire gauntlet.
The model shop built a full-scale half-track for you. Go blow it up.
Okay.